Hey, it's Nate from Navigator Bookkeeping, and I'm here today to talk about private practice tech stack. So, whether you're just thinking about starting a private practice or a group practice, or you already got one in the works and you're just auditing your tech stack and all those subscriptions, let's talk about some of those best choices because as bookkeepers, we see those tech stacks, we see how much those reoccurring subscriptions those can add up. They can get to be a large overhead cost for you every month, month after month after month. So, number one, even before we get into the tech stack, it is good to kind of do a quick audit of those every couple months. Make sure you're not paying for things you don't want to be paying for, and make sure that any subscriptions you're done with are canceled. So, just a good step to think about. But let's get into that tech stack before I get too much into the bookkeeping weeds, because that's where I'll always go. So, first of all, let's start out with the basics. How are you communicating with your team, with your clients? Do you have document storage? For this, I'd say use Google G Suite. This is going to hook you up with Google Drive, Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Emails, also called Gmail. And if you use the Google G Suite, you get all these documents for a pretty low fee. Usually it's $6 per person per month. So even if you have a relatively large team, this is not going to be a huge fee. It also works really well between all different devices. It's easy to share access with people, and in my opinion, much easier to use than the Microsoft suite of options. So yeah, G Suite's cheap, it's easy to use. Most people know how to use it, and it gives you tons of tools you can use, even going as far as calendars, chat, things like that. So that's the base in my mind. Second, let's talk about how you're going to communicate with your team. Now, Gmail and chats within Google can be great, but you also might want something to chat with people a little more quickly, to have different channels. I really like Slack. Now, I don't actually see too many private practices using Slack. I see other kind of marketing businesses, things like that, with more employees using it. But I think it can be really helpful. You can have a channel with each specific employee, as well as you can make teams of people that you can have different chats with. It also lets you call people. Just have audio only meetings. You also can have video meetings. So just a great way to connect with your team, to do quick check-ins if email feels a little too cumbersome. The free version is pretty robust, so you can definitely check out that as well. Now let's talk about how are you going to keep track of all of your numbers. Of course, I'm going to go with QuickBooks Online. There's lots of options out there: Xero, FreshBooks, your Microsoft spreadsheet, a piece of paper. But in my mind, QuickBooks Online is the best option. Hands down, right? Their prices have gone up over time, which I don't love, but it integrates with many other apps. It's probably the most well-known software, so you're going to find lots of bookkeepers and accountants who have experience using this. And in my mind, it's really user-friendly, and it's easy to generate reports that are going to be really helpful to you. It can connect to all of your bank accounts and credit cards, and you definitely should do that so that it's as automated as possible. And they're really increasing their automated features so that it runs by itself more and more as much as possible. Now, you still should work with an accountant or bookkeeper to do your bookkeeping. That's not something you should, as a business owner, as a private practice owner, be doing. Just not a good use of your time. But QuickBooks Online is still going to give you the best access, best visibility into the financial story of your business, at least in my mind. But I'm super biased. I love QuickBooks, even when the price keeps going up. Come on, QuickBooks. All right, so that's your accounting software. Then let's talk about payroll. Now, there's lots of payroll options out there. You maybe have heard of the big options like ADP, Paychex. Maybe your accountant offers payroll for you. And that's an okay option, but really my favorite option is Gusto. Some people say Gusto. It is Gusto, though. I'm 99% sure. I actually didn't look that up before making this video, but I'm going with Gusto. It connects with QuickBooks Online. It's easy to use. The dashboard when you log in is just perfect. So easy to find things, so easy to find reports, so easy to find where your money is going. Plus, it integrates with a lot of benefits, whether those are health benefits, retirement benefits. There's all these integrations. Gusto is really a suite of options for you as a business owner. Best of all, it's easy for your employees to go in to update their information. It's easy for you as the employer to go in and update employee information, change their pay, change their information, make sure everything is working as far as their withholdings. It's just really great. There's always going to be issues. There's always going to be people who don't like different payroll providers. But for me, Gusto is the best, especially when you're moving from kind of doing it in-house or having someone manually do it. Don't do that. Gusto is going to take all that work off your plate. They're going to pay all your taxes for you, file all the forms for you as far as payroll is required. Man, it's great. So definitely think about that and consider that. It's really nice to use. And by the way, I'm going to have links for all these below this video. So if you're like, how do I find this or where is this? Let me know, and I can get you links for all these. I also have discounts for a couple of these. If you're looking for a discount, Gusto, I can probably get a discount for. In QuickBooks, same thing. So if you're looking for discounts on any of these, reach out. I'm happy to help you out with that, depending on the situation. So we talked about G Suite, we talked about QuickBooks, we talked about Gusto, we talked about Slack. The last one I'm going to talk about is your kind of CRM slash messaging and contact. Now, I've seen a lot of private practice owners lately talking about, I need a HIPAA compliant communication software. I need something where everyone's information is being stored so I can track it, but it's also HIPAA compliant. And I need something all in one place. And usually people are kind of dealing with a patchwork of different softwares. This Grasshopper for my phones and MailerLite for my newsletter and maybe a spreadsheet for my CRM. And a CRM, by the way, is just where you track your incoming customers and potential customers, if you don't know that. But a lot of therapists, a lot of private practice owners don't have a great CRM software. Maybe they just even have a piece of paper where they just have kind of a wait list written down or a spreadsheet. And there's no really good system where you can keep track of everyone, keep in contact with everyone. There's a relatively new software called TheraSAS, and this is made specifically for private practices and specifically group practices. What it'll do is it connects to your website, connects to your phone, connects to your email, and everything runs through one place. So that all your communication with prospective clients is in the same place. All of your prospective clients are all listed, so you can kind of see where everyone is. Have they reached out? Have we scheduled an intake? Are they a client that's sticking with us? And everything's all connected, so you can see all of your communication. So any emails you send, any texts you send, it's all in the same place, and it's all HIPAA compliant. This is really nice because it's specifically made for private practices instead of trying to kind of make a lot of other non-private practice centered softwares work for you as a private practice owner. So I really love this because whenever you can get something that's specific for your niche, that's the best. Honestly, it's so great. So definitely feel free to check that out. I know not too many people know about it yet because it's pretty new. But I know quite a few businesses who have started using it already, and they've just been in love with it so far. So there's a link below that as well, if you want to check that out. So that's my tech stack. There may be things that I'm missing. So if there's any tech that you really love in your practice, any pieces of software that you're like, we couldn't live without this, reach out and let me know, and maybe we can always make a second version of this. But yeah, happy to hear your comments. If you have any questions, please comment below this video as well, and look for those links. They're right below here, and check those out. We'll see you in the next video.